What does each action button do on step 4? After you have uploaded your guests into the site, you have a variety of options to help you manage your guests. The purpose of step 4 is to provide you with a guest list manager. You may manage several lists of guests from this one step, as you may send different sets of save the dates or invitations to your guests. Let's start with the Invite Action button. You can select all of your guests by clicking on this box, or you can manually select each guest that you want the invitations to be sent to. Once selected, click on Invite. All this button does is link your guest to the proper invitation. It does not send any invitations. Only step 5 above will send live invitations to your guests. As you can see, a box will appear, and at that time you can select which invitation you want to link to this guest. Select the invitation and click on Update. You can see that the invitation will appear in the Designs to Send based on which invitation is linked to that guest. The Uninvite will do the opposite and unlink a guest from an invitation or save the date. The Add button is used to add another guest individually. If you need assistance on how to upload an individual guest, please refer to one of our other how-to videos. The Delete icon will delete a guest individually or as a group from the list. Simply select your guest or guests and click on Delete. The last feature is the Export feature, which allows you to take your list and export it for personal record keeping, as many of our guests use it to track gifts received, or you can have a spreadsheet of your combined guest list. How do I add multiple guests? There are two ways you can add multiple guests. You can use a spreadsheet or upload emails from your personal email account such as Yahoo or Gmail as shown here. Let's focus on uploading an Excel spreadsheet. First, go and click on the Import Guests tab. Click on the Excel CSV icon. You will see an example of the format spreadsheet on the right hand side. We recommend clicking here so you can get an example and template to use for your guest list. If you follow this exact format, you won't have any problems uploading your spreadsheet onto our site. If your spreadsheet doesn't upload properly, please check to make sure the layout is the same, and take note that your columns are listed exactly like our sample. Once you import your guests to this file, save it to your computer. We have already done so. Now, in order to upload your spreadsheet, click on the Browse icon to locate your spreadsheet. Select your spreadsheet and click on Open. Now go and click on Step 3 if you want to select the type of group. This is optional. Next, if you haven't entered a guest count within the guest list, which we highly recommend, but if you didn't, please select the default guest number. You may change the guest count anytime after the upload. Now select the invitation you want these guests to be linked and click on Continue. If done properly, you will now see all of your guests have been imported into the website. How do I upload a single guest? This can be used if you are adding new guests for the first time, or if you forgot a guest after you sent out the invitation and want to add a few more. First, click on the Add icon. As you will see, a box will appear to input the guest's information. Choose a guest group if you want to categorize your guest list. Then select the design which should be associated with this guest. Add your guest count. It is important to input how many guests you are inviting for this invitation. In this example, we are showing 4. Your guest will have the ability to respond with 0 for not coming, 1, 2, 3, or 4. They are not able to RSVP with 5 or more, which helps them understand who is actually invited. The build salutation is an easy way to put together a salutation for your guests. For example, you can select Mr. and Mrs. from the drop-down and then add in the names of the guest. This salutation will appear below when you click on Build It. Please keep in mind that you don't need to use this Build It feature, and you can just input your guest salutation and eliminate this step. Whatever you have listed in this box is the salutation and will appear on each envelope when your guest views it in their inbox. The first name and last name are for managing your guest list, and the email is required so the email can be sent to them. Use only one email per guest. Then click Save. Click Close and you will see your added guest in your list. You have now successfully uploaded an individual guest.